Okay. Whew. It took a little bit to get this video up, but should be good now. So let's start talking about intuition and tapping into it. So at this time, there's just like, everything seems so divided. Like there are a lot of people that are like happy and just, the Great Awakening, everything's awesome. And then there's this other section where it's like so much fear and anger and rage and irritation and easily frustrated. And at the same time, you know, like I'm going through it with you. So, and feeling it. And what do we do when we have all of those things? What do we do when we have such grossness coming up? And at the same time, we're trying to like focus and we're trying to figure out what we want to do, what we're supposed to be doing during this time. And there's, in a way, it just feels like there's no answers, right? Because there's nobody telling you. There's nobody there to say, here, do this today or take this today. And they're trying to. There's a lot of people trying to. And I'm going to now. And what I'm going to tell you is listen to you. Listen to you. What questions are you asking? What answers are you wanting? What are you feeling that you need to either be doing or sitting with or analyzing or exploring? What are you being called to do? Intuition. Intuition lives in the whole of your being. Intuition lives in the energy of your body. Intuition is basically your subconscious. Now, over our lifespan, we have been programmed to, number one, usually typically not even listen to it. And number two, if we do listen to it, to then not trust it. And number three, if we're going to trust it, then sometimes we don't know how to feel it. We don't know how to get in there and go, oh, this is coming from me. This is my truth. This is what my truth feels like. This is how my truth answers. This is how my truth calls. This is what I know to be true. And when you know it to be true, it's not just about thought. It's not just about thinking. It is about this deep internal faith, this deep internal knowing that this resonates. And what does resonating feel like? Resonating feels like goosebumps. It feels like goodness. It feels, I don't know that I always like using this word, but it feels yummy. It feels delicious. It feels amazing. And when you're not feeling those things, then you're literally trapping your energy and shoving it down and pushing it into this small little space called fear. And it's being fed to you. Fear is being fed all over through this thing. Now, is it important to stay safe? Yes, but it is important more to recognize your truth. It is important more to listen to your being. It is important more to explore whatever pain you're experiencing. It is more important to get to know you, how your body, your mind, and your spirit connect and communicate together. And that doesn't take long. That does take some reflection. But when I say it doesn't take long, if you spread out that reflection, like if you spread out the dirty work, right? The really going into just the grossness of where this all came from, where this thick, heavy yuck came from. And you spread it out into moments, then yeah, it can take a while. 5-minute moments, 10-minute moments, it can take a while. If you spread it out into chunks, hours, therapy, counseling, meditation, whatever it is, if you spread it out into hours, but you don't have a focused strategy of going through it, it can also take a while. When you get to the point that you have like a focused strategy, or if you're reaching out to someone who has a focused strategy and can guide you through that easier, can show you like, here's a way to maneuver those dark moments and actually get the answers that your soul, your self is delivering. Then those moments of reflection become clear. And going forward, those moments are not so long. Instead, they're so deep. You can get into that depth of that knowing, and you can rise out of it quicker. And it just takes some strategy and willingness to go. That willingness is huge, because so many people right now are not willing, and either don't know how to get out of it, don't want to get out of it, kind of like it, want to go deeper, right? Like we have all these like red pill, like all that kind of stuff. Yes, red pill yourself to you. Red pill yourself to you. I mean, heck yeah, sure, you can red pill yourself to your collective, but red pill yourself to you right now. Like, take those times to go, what is the strategy that's internal for me? And how can I use that to continue the red pill of me, to continue getting to know my whole self, to continue getting to know the answers that I'm here to serve the world with, to continue going in order to expand out. Like, we've got to find that way. And if you can't find that way, you've got to find that person that can help you find that way. That person who can go, this is your custom way. It's not my way. You don't have to take my way. You don't have to buy my way. You don't have to become my way. You don't have to do it my way. Here's your way. Here's your way of how you're going to get in and out of these moments on a daily, moment by moment, minute by minute, hour by hour, whatever it is you need, strategy to pull through these times with just this abundant glow about you, this abundant, this amazing leadership about you that is in all of you. It's just a moment to tap into that. Just a moment to tap into that. Find your strategy. There is something you're here to give, to offer, to share. Only if you want to, of course. But you wouldn't be listening if you weren't being called to do it. This only is going to find certain people who are going to be called to do that. So this is just your invite to say, hey, figure it out, figure out your strategy, call somebody, get a hold of someone who can say, I'm going to help you find your strategy. I'm going to help you trust and tap back into you again so that you can awaken to you, whether or not you're awakening to this whole global thing, to the conspiracies, to whatever, to what's really going on, to the shadow government, whatever it is, it still is about awakening your internal self to how you're creating and how you can create your external world. So breathing into that magnificent part of who you are, that magnificent being.
Spirit of what you represent.
That
is the dream.
That is beyond goal.
That's the dream.
It's the dream we all share.
The ability to be wholly ourself and yet connected to the oneness of all of us.
And we need a lot more. We've got to amp this up. And it doesn't have to be a hustle.
Because sometimes when it's a hustle, something gets lost. It's
got to be
a whole.
A whole of who you are, moving through it
wholly. Right in the zone.
Alright, I'm getting weird. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. This came in a little bit different than a live, mainly because something was up with the audio. So we'll see how it goes.
You're watching.
You're watching. You're not watching me. You're watching you. I'm only the reflection.